All right, y'all. Listen, it's going to be a little bit of a roadmap for y'all. I'm doing my part, which I promised God years ago. Don't mind my dirty clothes. I'm about to take my dirty clothes to, I don't know, forever. I don't wash my own clothes or whatever. They wash it for me, right? So, okay. So, I made a promise to God when I was a kid. I said that if I ever figured out everything, I said I help God's people. This is what I'm doing. I still talk about my life on here and stuff like this, but I don't really have much to talk about anymore. At this point, it's just me giving back. At some point, I'm probably just going to be doing like videos like I made about the Cuba video. Watch that video. I'm gonna give you the a semi roadmap and all the tricks to kind of watch out for, because as a black man, you're going to be sabotaged by like so much. You have to like be aware, and if you're not aware, you can't really fend for yourself. Okay, and if you can't fend for yourself, you're going to get trapped. Okay, you're going to get trapped. There's a bunch of different stuff that's going to happen, but I mean, this is going to be a roadmap for you. Women look out for each other for the most part, but I mean, they're still having a hard time too. Okay, now I'm going to be talking about different kind of topics that were talked about in the black community over the last couple of years and months, but you have to kind of know history too. If you don't know history, then you're going to be screwed too. Okay, all right, and then after that, then obviously there'll be more business content, but I'm just trying to do my part. Okay, I'm doing my part. I said I would do this. I'm doing it. Okay, now first step is this. Okay, you're just starting your journey. You're a little baby. You don't know what's going on. Okay, you need to know that there's like all this stuff that happened prior to you. Okay, we have colonization, and I'm gonna mess up a lot of the words. Okay, colonization. Okay, you got. I'm not going to spell this on purpose. I don't need to, and I don't need to impress anybody. If you don't like this, I need you to leave. And if this is, if you have a problem, just leave. Okay. If I have any negative comments, I'm going to block you. That kind of stuff. Okay. You can't really afford people to get in your way, and it's kind of setting the precedent. Okay. Just understand that I'm trying to help. And also, I normally don't do stuff for free. The only reason I'm doing this is because I promised to God. So at least, before you watch this, really just pause it. Send me some good energy. Just say, thank you, God, for showing me this kind of thing or whatever. Like, just something. Give me something. Give me something. Don't leave me blank, okay? Don't leave me blank on this. All right? Come on. Come on. You want to do good? This is the game. You got to give to get, all right? So just give me a little bit of juice. I know you got some juice in there. Give me some juice, okay? Just a little bit of God, thank you. Thank you. Please cover Carlos. That's all I need, okay? That's all I need. Please cover Carlos. Make sure his family and everybody's happy. That's all I need, okay? That's it. That's all I need. I don't need nothing else, okay? All right, here we go. Now, there's going to be all this colonization. There's like lying, obviously, right? There is abuse. There is slavery. There is manipulation. Right? Do you have spirituality? There's identity, which that's like going, okay? It's also all basically tricks, okay? Okay, none of it's the truth. Okay, it's all tricks. All right. Now, if you know all this happened, you're going to have to like kind of put some of the pieces together, but I'm going to tell you the majority of it. Okay. Now, when you're a baby, you're already coming from a genetic line of one of these things, probably. Okay. Slavery started around the 1700. I actually do not know this number, so just don't quote me on this stuff, but I'm just understand the concept. It happened around this time, but you've been at war for at least like 1400 since Christopher Columbus, okay? Since he decided to come over, okay? You can look into him, look into his race, look into who he is. Look into his race, right? Look into that, look into who he is and how that's relevant. Okay? Now, there's something with Minister Louis Farrakhan. He basically has a book about it. He talks about slavery and Christopher Columbus. Look it up. Look up with his race and with his look up Christopher Columbus' race and match that with Louis Farrakhan's book. Okay, that'll tell you that'll give you a little bit of history there. Okay, now when you're born, your body, there's something called epigenetics. Okay, they call it epigenetics. Epigenetics. Okay, they call it epigenetics. Okay, what happens is, as things happen to you while you're in the womb, and things happen to the person that had your baby, and things happen to this person, and etc. What happens is that your DNA certain things are just going to be in your DNA. Okay, That's why they tell you not to do incest. That's why they tell you not to do all this stuff. Not black people in particular, but that's why it's like in the Bible and stuff like that. They tell you not to do that because basically you're going to corrupt your genes, right? And you're basically making things for your next generation harder because they're going to have a corrupted DNA. All right. Okay. Now that's that part. Now, if you make somebody scared of water, let's just say scared of water. Okay. If you make somebody scared of water, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is going to be genetically passed down. Okay. That's just how it goes. Okay. So if you don't actually fix it, it's going to be genetically passed down. Whether you want to look at it as this or you're looking at it spiritually, it's the same thing. Okay. It's the same thing, but genetics and spirit is like the same, but it's like hard to describe because genetics is like more hard coded. This is more like who you are kind of thing, right? And you got to just kind of power through this. Okay. If you're a Christian or whatever, you're going to have to let some of this stuff go because you're not going to be successful. You can believe in Christ or whatever, like as long as you're doing it the right way. If you do it the wrong way, then you're screwed, which I'll talk about. Okay. So you're going to be a baby. You're already inheriting these genes. So if you don't know your father, you don't know your mother, I have a father and a mother, but I never met my father. So there's certain things that I've learned over the years that I found out, right? Not from genetic testing, from ancestry, DNA, and all this other stuff, but just from people. People that met my father, like, oh, you're just like your dad. I'm like, what do you mean? He just was like a little weird. I'm like, what does that mean? He just wanted to know it all. He's just a know-it-all. I was like, well, what does that mean? Right? It means that my father probably had ADHD. Okay? Somebody who's hyper interested in figuring out what's happening. That's going to be genetically passed on whether you like it or not. You understand here? So if you're a warrior, you're genetically going to pass that down whether you like it or not. If you're a thinker, you're genetically going to be passed down whether you like it or not. If you are more loving and caring, like that's big in my genes pool. So, people think that, Puerto Ricans just kind of, I'm a Puerto Rican and black. I'm really black, right? My mom's black. My father's Puerto Rican, but it's the same shit. But, you get messed up with the words, which I'll talk about in a second on the video. But the point is that that's also a genetic thing. Being, when you're in the Caribbean, it's about family. That's how it is in the Caribbean. So if you're a black person and you already were here prior to slavery, the question is that have they bred that out of you yet? Right? Which they have. They have done that, right? They have, which I'll talk about in a second, but they've successfully separated black women and black men, right? AKA like indigenous men and women. Okay. So basically what happened was around this time, 1400s, before there was black, they were called Indians. Okay. AKA they're basically natives, right? Then the Native Americans were replaced with, the Indians were replaced with Native Americans. So they basically did like Photoshop and ChatGPT to all the locals. Okay. Which means that basically they're trying to remove your identity from history because they're trying to kill you, right? The whole point is that you're trying to be killed. Okay. But you don't really know that. But you actually need to know this. If you don't know it, you're going to be fucked, right? Which is what's happening. Okay. They replaced them with like the Asian looking Indian, the Native Americans that everybody talks about, and they renamed these people as black. They renamed them black simply because basically they can now say that you're not native to the land. Okay, so that way they can kind of take your land. Okay, so it's a trick. This is a trick. Just pay attention, okay? So if epigenetics is like this, there's going to be a person here trying to control how your DNA is bred, okay? How your DNA is bred. So what's going to happen? You're probably going to have a dude fucking with your DNA while you're doing this, okay? During the slavery times. So, this is where they start doing things like buck breaking. Buck breaking is when you are somebody with strong spirit, right? You are a whole person and you are divergent, meaning, aka neurodivergent, right? When you are a person who basically has a strong spirit. That's what that means, okay? You basically don't like to do shit you don't want to do because you want to retain your autonomy, okay? The whole point of an abuser, is to remove your autonomy, okay? You're free. They have to find out a way to trick you out of you thinking that you're free. They gotta break you so that way then you're just like a pet, okay? That's like the whole game, right? And this is like the devil. This is God, okay? It's the same thing, right? So the whole game is that, let's just say God made you as a human and you love yourself. Whole thing the devil's trying to do is trying to trick you. No, you're not from God. You're like from this other thing, or you're not God. You're really just dumb. You're a loser. You're whatever, right? Like the point is that they're trying to trick you out of something. Okay. I talked about Native American. I talked about black. I think they were called something else before black. I really don't remember the name of it, but basically I think it was black and then it was Negro. One of them, Negro first, black first. I don't remember, but remember the whole game is to keep changing the laws and names, so you actually don't really know what's happening. So if you don't know history, then you're gonna be fucked. Okay, that's the first thing, right? So now you got this person trying to basically alter your DNA, so that way you're more submissive. Okay, you're more submissive. You're more, for lack of a better term, gay. What else? They want you gay. They want you submissive. They want you to be aggressive. They don't want you to think, so they want you to be confused all the time. Okay? So anything that supports like these things that can trick you, I mean, these are all tricks. Okay, you understand? Even calling somebody a Negro, like, okay, whatever, right? They don't really matter. It's just you're a human. But the point is that the person's trying to trick you into thinking that you are something else. Okay. Now they're going to try to breed you a certain way to make you do that. So they're going to give you certain foods that's going to increase your estrogen in your body. They're going to put shit in the water. This is like a real thing. It's studied. All I gotta do is look it up. Okay. So they're going to put shit in the water. They're going to put shit in the food. They're going to find black stores in particular, and they're going to try to put their products there as they think that you think that maybe they're just being nice people because it's in your spirit that people think is nice and that you should trust people. Don't. Okay, they're trying to put something in your store. No. Okay, and sometimes they'll look like you. Sometimes they'll be the same complexion or the same rate. Just because they look like you don't mean it's you. Okay, you need to be vetting people thoroughly at every single turn. If it doesn't feel right, if it don't feel right, answer is no. Okay, answer is no. Trust your feelings. The name of the game is to get you to not trust your feelings. That's why they want you to do all this stuff. Okay, and this is why when you trust your feelings, you say no. You say no, I don't want to do that, or this is not right, or whatever. Okay, now, so they're going to try to abuse you this way, right? So they're going to put stuff in the food. They're going to fuck with you. Okay, done. All right, now what? Now you're a baby. Okay, you came out the womb. The question is that what was your parents programmed by? Okay. Now, when did they grow up? When were they programmed by? Okay, when I grew up, it was about Nickelodeon. There wasn't really like overt racism and stuff like this. That wasn't real yet, right? It wasn't like that. It was just whatever. You go to school, you mind your business. On the channel, I talked about my trip to the Black and Wax Museum, how I felt like something wasn't right. And I felt like, okay, well, and I don't have any harbor against any white people or anything like this. But it's just, you just have to know what you're dealing with, right? You have to understand that there's just evil people and there's good people. You have to be aligned with good people all the time. If you're not, then you're fucked, okay? And it's just one mistake can fuck you and you just be screwed your whole life. And I'm giving you this example, but I talked about the Black and Wax Museum. Let me text, I got a mentee that's supposed to jump on a call, but I want to finish this video since I'm inspired to make this. Hold on, let me mess this up. Let me do this. Oh, I got a comment from El Judge. That's my guy, man. I love his videos, man. See, and that's the thing too. You need to be learning from older men, and not weirdo men too. Men that want to see you thrive and succeed. I will send you over to, I'll send over the doc. Okay. All right. And here's the thing too. You're going to have to operate as a collective. If you cannot operate as a collective, it's over. You're done. Okay. You try to do this solo, it's over. Anything solo, like you make one fuck up, you're done. But that's what people don't really know. They don't really know that. Okay. You got to get there. Okay. All right, now, boy, here we go. Okay, so depending on when your parents grew up. So my mom grew up; she was a boomer. Remember, slavery is still fairly new. That was still a new thing. It's still new. It didn't last like thousands of years and all this other shit. Okay, it's really a couple hundred years ago, and even that, there Jim Crow laws and all this other stuff is still recent too, right? And I think people have been paying attention to the laws recently that they're trying to not really go back to it, but they're trying to say that everything's fair now or whatever. And it's never going to be fair and it's never going to be right because that's not how the world works. The world works with devil energy and good and godly energy, right? Evil and good, right? There's some people say that what if you take away an O in good, you got God, right? If you take away the D in devil, what do you got? Evil. Okay, so it's like some people believe in that. If you believe in that, that's fine. But either way, there's the good people and there's bad people. Okay, that's it. That's his whole game. Okay, now the question is that there are people who are like teetering the line. Okay, I'm choosing good. I'm always going to choose good. I was almost got by the devil many times. I'm very susceptible to it simply because I enjoy having control, and I'll talk about that in a sec. I'll talk about that later, right? But you can't do it. You can't do it. No matter how much it feels good or how much or whatever, you can't do it. You can't abuse people. You can't manipulate people. You got to do things a very particular way. Okay. Now, I don't know why it's like that, but that's just how it is. I can't prove it, but that's what it is. Okay. I'm sorry if if you, and I'm going to say this too. If you need more of an explanation for this, you're just going to have to go through life and notice these things on your own. But there's some spiritual thing that you have to be a good black person. That's how it goes. Okay. You can't do nothing weird because you're going to get the worst fucking shit kicked out of you for no reason. For no reason. Okay. But God's going to keep putting you on the path, but you're going to have to stay on that path, man. All right. So, okay. So you got your mom and dad here. Now, depending on what's happening with your mom and dad, you're going to need to know that basically there's government influence that basically fuck with you. Okay. Why? They don't want you to reproduce. Okay. They want to kill you. Why? Because it's the same game. It's just land grabs. It's land grabs. And basically they're trying to hide their secret. What's the secret? The secret is that they came over and killed everybody. That's the secret, okay? Just like it happens in every other war on the planet, it's always they're killing the natives and then they get the new population in there to do whatever. Okay? That's how it goes. Is it right or wrong? It's obviously wrong in my opinion, but that's what's been happening. Okay? So we just can't seem to be good human beings. That's because that's not how the world works, right? The trickster always going to find a way to stay in control, so you have to be in control, right? Okay? So the old government, what did they plant in the community? They did drugs, okay? Drugs that make you gay, okay? They literally made a gay drug out of thin air in a lab that basically opens up your butthole. This is where HIV started to be prevalent in the HIV community, okay? Now, what they'll do sometimes is they'll hire actors, okay? They'll hire actors to basically like promote this stuff, right? I personally think Magic Johnson is one of those actors. Now, do I know that? I don't know that. But I think he's one of those actors. Okay, when they're trying to promote a trans agenda, what are they going to do? They're going to promote it in the black community. They want to promote the basketball stars. So what do? They have D Wade. What do? They made his son gay. Okay, they made him trans or whatever. They probably cut off his meat or something. Who knows? Who knows? Right? But you have to know that. You have to know that there is. I don't want to say it's the government, but it's people there. Right? It's people who have like these covert operations, and then sometimes it could just be a regular ass person doing this shit too. They got plenty of money. They just want to fuck with you. Okay, why? It's evil. Okay, I don't know. Right? That it's just evil people. Okay, you actually just have to understand this. But this is proven, right? So also what they did is they had guns. They inserted guns in the community so black people can start killing each other. What did they do? They also make fake drama, and what articles? Okay, okay. Fake drama and articles. That's real. Okay. So a lot of the MGTOW and a lot of the men going their own way kind of weird stuff, like that stuff, that's all fake. That's not real. Red pill's not real. All this stuff is not real. It's created by some guy, basically to fuck with the community. Okay. Because before people would just have kids, you're minding your business, you have a family. That's it. But what had to happen? The government says, okay, well, you want food stamps. If you want food stamps, you can't have your dad. Okay, all right, back on. All right, it's the devil, right? No, I think I just kicked the cable, right? So anyway, the point is that, and I'm not going to mess up here. So, and I'm really inspired right now. So that's why I'm getting the data right now, and I want to make sure I'm like getting it out there because everybody, and I don't do this for the views because if I wanted to make money, I just talk about very particular things because that's where their attention is. That's how you make money. I'm doing this to help people in particular, okay? I'm doing it to help somebody will wake up and then, oh, what the fuck is going on, right? And then you have a chance. You have a chance, right? And that's also my promise to God. Anyway, the point is that, so basically the black community was had an issue, I think maybe during like Reagan or something or Nixon or whatever, I'm not really sure. But what they had to do was they said, okay, well, look, we'll give you money to take care of yourself and your children, but you can't have the father in the house. Why? Because they don't want the father there to influence the children to basically figure out what's going on. Once the father figure out what's going on and you tell the kids, then basically the kids have a better shot at life. You understand? This is why the internet is really disruptive, right? They don't really like it. Okay, so that's what they did. Fucked up a bunch of kids, and guess what happened? Now you have a bunch of kids that don't know how to take care of themselves, and then they start recording TV shows talking about how I can show like a video. I just don't want any of my stuff to get blocked. Let me see. Snap black people kids. And you gotta watch out for these characters, okay? Any characters online bashing black women. Number one, you never bash black women. You never do that. That's weird, okay? Number two, if you're attacking black men, you're a weirdo, okay? Anybody doing this, they're a part of some kind of weird agenda. Okay, you gotta understand this, okay? Anybody that says it's the black community that needs to step it up or anything like that, whenever you hear these terms, you have to know that these people are basically the devil. They're working against you, okay? They're working with the devil energy, okay? Whoever the person is in charge that wants to stir discourse, they're working in that devil energy. That's how you got the eye for it, okay? You hear any of these terms, okay? Now, there's some people that just really don't know. Okay, there's some people that really just don't know, and they're just sharing their opinion, but they're not going to really have that many views. It's the people who have lots of views that are doing this shit. You have to watch out for that. Any character, I don't care how rich they are, I don't care how Christian they say they are, I don't care how much they say that they give to the community or whatever. You see any of that, is over. You see any people having guns on camera or doing weird stuff that's not of a masculine way, meaning you like I showed my rifle and my pistol. That's it. I'm like, hey, look, this is the kind of thing you want. You want to have a pistol, you want to have a rifle. That's like regular. But if you're doing anybody doing this at the TV screen or whatever, anything like this or any kind of rap or twerking, they're agents. Okay, they're trying to fuck you up, but you need to know it. Okay, all right. Just hold on, okay? There's going to be a lot, all right? If you want to make it, okay? There's going to be a long one too, all right? So, what happens is, like, basically they're going to be doing whatever, right? Drugs, more gay stuff, Magic Johnson, they D-Wade. Any character that you see that's a celebrity, they're probably working with the government or these individuals, okay? They're placed into there to come fuck you up so that way you don't got a shot and you either end up where dead, hopefully, and what they hope for, or what, in jail. Okay, now why in jail? These people also own the same institutions that's going to throw you into jail. Okay, they own that, so they're going to basically find ways to promote these things: drugs, alcohol, sex, liquor, whatever it is, trans. You ever notice how all the rappers are gay? All of a sudden, all the rappers are gay. Everybody's twerking nonstop all the time. There's nothing wrong with having fun. But you have to understand, like, okay, is this just a kid being a kid, or is this somebody trying to promote you to be messed up? Okay, now, so they're going to try to get you to make a mistake and go to jail. Anything, one scam, whatever. Why? Slavery. Okay, this whole game is about slavery. The whole game is to put you back into slavery so they can make you work and they don't have to pay you. That's really what this whole thing is about. That it's about taking your blessing away from you that God gave you. God gave you freedom. You was born here to experience life, not have it taken away from you. The whole point is that they're trying to trick you into taking it away from you. Okay. What's a way that they can trick you into being dead? They did the firearms, right? The firearms, the guns, the drugs, right? Making it so hard for you to live that you want to kill yourself. Also, what they do in the black community is they basically put like these like sound frequency devices. So basically it like fucks with your head. Right, so basically you're like, you don't really know this, but basically you're being agitated every day by these towers, right? 5G towers, 6G towers, like these kind of things you're being agitated with on purpose. That's why they create this stuff, and they want to structurally fuck with you. You could be asleep and just being like, why is my ear ringing? And it's like, they're just fucking with you. Okay, it's not tendinitis every time. Okay, whatever it's called, tendinitis or whatever. It's not that every time. They're deliberately trying to make you crazy and agitate your body. So you have to be comfortable being relaxed a lot. Okay. It's a lot. So you got energy weapons. You have also how the black communities were built. They were designed in a way to make sure that you basically are trapped. Okay. This is all this stuff. You can just look it up, right? So basically, for example, let's just say that this is the town, and this is the way out the town, right? They have it where basically it's like really fucked up here, over here, but it's to just basically agitate you. So that way you basically can stay in here. That's where the term like crabs in a barrel kind of comes from. It's like is like that, but that you're deliberately in here with a bunch of other stuff. Everybody's gay, everybody's shooting each other, everybody's having sex, and then they're having abortions, right? That's another one, is having abortions because they don't want you to procreate. And so basically it's in here, basically you're in a cage to kill yourself. So if you make it out, guess what? Now you got the police here, okay? And they're going to try to throw you in jail for almost anything if you don't know what to do, which means that you need to know how to conduct yourself among the police, right? And we're talking about extreme poverty here too, right? We're not talking about people who've grown up middle class. If you're growing up middle class, that happens later. I made a video about that too. But this is just some of the stuff that is happening, and mostly a lot of it. Also, remember that for other populations, like the white population or African population, or Asian or whatever, right? The whole point is that this character here is now basically going to portray you in a negative light, so that way everybody hates you, okay? That's also what's happening, okay? So what they have on the news, a black guy killed somebody today, black guy stabbed somebody today, black guy eats sandwich today, and he danced, and then after that he tripped and broke somebody's leg, and they're going to say everything negative about you, okay? Everything possible negative. Why? Because they're trying to kill you. This is the game, okay? This is the real thing. I can only tell you the real thing, okay? And if they can't get you there, they're going to try to drive you crazy so they can put you in jail or put you on drugs. Okay? All right? Other people don't have to worry about this shit. They have to worry about other things, but they don't have to worry about this. Everybody trying to kill them. Okay? So you're basically got to play a perfect game almost. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean you don't have a shot, to be clear. I'm just telling you what you're up against. Okay? If you just stay the straight line, you're going to be fine. But if you make these mistakes, you're going to have an issue. So basically, if you're the person now and you're just like, oh, well, slavery's over and, everything's happy or whatever, and you date somebody from here, they have now the chance to sabotage you because you don't actually understand what's happening in these cultures. Okay. Most of these cultures are basically slaves too, but they're the obedient slaves. Okay. They are taking comfort in your abuse, which means they're what? They're compliant. Okay. You have everybody that's compliant with the fact that they're abusing you. Okay. They're compliant. They're okay with black people being abused. They're okay with black people being manipulated and castrated and eaten and everything else. They're okay with it. Why? Because they're sick. Okay. They're sick. Okay. They just caring about themselves. They're sick. We could probably justify why they're doing it. They're going to hell. Okay. Anybody who agrees with abusing you, they're going to hell. Okay. And you don't have to worry. That's the point. And that's why I'm trying to say this stuff. You don't have to worry. You just be a good person. You're going to make it through this. It don't matter what they do to you. Make it through it. You're going to be fine. But everybody who's compliant and with abuse, they're going to hell. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to get mad and they're going to hell. Just rejoice. Rejoice in it. Okay. That's it. All right. Remember, this is just basically abusing stuff. And once you understand abuse, everything will start to make sense, because abuse has to do with devil energy. Okay. Now, why this person would try to do all this stuff? They're trying to steal your blessing. They're trying to steal whatever God gave you. That's the only answer, okay? Something you got, they don't got. They're mad, they can't get it, so they want to kill you. So they try to be friendly with you, try to be whatever. You do not trust nobody. Don't trust them, okay? The worst thing that ever happened to black people is integration. Integration. Ever. It's the worst thing that ever happened. Trying to be fake teams and stuff like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's nothing wrong with partnering with people. There's nothing wrong with aligning with certain objectives, but don't you ever fully integrate, ever. Because remember, it's all about taking you away from yourself. That's the game. That's the whole game, is to make you comfortable not being yourself. So that way the person can then do whatever to you. Okay? That's like the main thing. Okay? You don't want to integrate. You just want to have your own community and mind your own business, right? But guess what? Since you're not integrating, people go, oh, come on, we'll give you money. Come on, come on, have some more sex. Oh, look at these babes here. Look at these like Asian babes, or look at these like Greek babes or something, or whatever it is. Look at these babes, or look at the passport, whatever it is, passport, whatever. The main point is that they're trying to integrate. Okay. Okay. Just be careful doing it. If you're going to do it, you got to be extra careful. Because remember, your culture is different than this culture. You got a lot to deal with. Unless they're really going to deal with all of this shit, then it's like, come on, like, they're really going to put their life on the line? What kind of person, okay, you got to be for real. What kind of person is going to be crazy enough to put their life on the line for you like that? They know everybody's killing you. Everybody's trying to poison you. Trying to block out the clouds in your neighborhood. They're trying to poison the air. They're trying to put lead paint. They got a fucking lead paint in Philly. And people don't want to take it down. Oh, well, the business owner should be allowed to make the choice. And come on, man. Take that fucking lead paint out of them communities. Y'all know why y'all did that shit. It's fucked up. If I hear anything, if you hear anybody going against evil one time, you should not trust them ever again. Maybe they didn't know. No, these people know. Whoever it is, they know what they're doing. Okay, everybody knows now that lead causes poison. It calls you to be literally retarded. So if lead makes you retarded, why would they keep it on there? Why would they have it? It's in the black community only. Really? Oh wow. Come on. Okay, I grew up like this, so I know the shit. Okay. I grew up like, why would they do that? Well, Carl, sometimes this is just the best we had. No, that doesn't make any sense. When you're neurodivergent, that's what they don't like. They don't like intelligent people. Because you don't just follow the program. Because you think everybody's a nice person. Oh, yeah, they probably just made a mistake. No, they did this shit on purpose. People do things on purpose. It'd be your own family members, your own friends. They talk about you and shit. They're doing it on purpose to kill you. You think that is, oh, well, they just made a mistake. No, they're trying to hurt you. They want to see you dead. They want to see you gone. You got to know this stuff, right? If you don't know this, then you're going to be fucked. Okay? Now, this is the worst thing that can happen. Don't do this. Don't do it. Be on teams. If you're on teams, you're going to be fine. If you do this, you're dead because now you're in another game. You get it. You got to play your game. Your game is built by God's design. You got to stick to this design. If you go outside of this design, now you're here. Great. Now you're playing whatever this compliant slave game is. Now you're in that game. Now, I don't know the rules of that game. Okay. It's just about lying and manipulating and just everybody's nodding and faking the whole time. Oh, I love paying taxes. I love the government. I'm gay. I love being gay. I love being LGBTQ. Oh, I love it. It's on my kids' TV. I love watching LGBTQ. That LGBTQ was always a part of the black community. No, it wasn't. It always was. I remember seeing it since I was a kid. Yeah. Remember Magic? Who's the guy? I forget. I don't remember the dude's name. He used to be on with Eddie Murphy, and I don't remember the dude's name, man. I don't remember. But that's what they do. They be like, oh, it's always been like this. Yeah. Oh, you've always been a slave. You never were free. You came from Africa when you really were here the whole time. Black people have been in this country the whole time. It's just about getting you off the land. And if you know that, you can be like, all right, why you keep lying for it? That's why they keep trying to fuck with you. Go back to Africa. Like, no, I don't need to. I came from here. What the fuck are you talking about? No, you get it? If you know the tricks, you can't be tricked. You just be like, oh, okay, you're just full of shit right now. You understand? This is the thing. Okay. Now I love white people too. The right ones, right? I love good ones. I love good everybody. Good Asians, good everybody. I hate bad people. Okay. I can't wait for bad people to be gone. I can't stand them. I'm not giving them a lot of energy, but I just really I don't care about them. If they died, I would be like, great, and then just move on with my life. And then people say you're not supposed to say that, but I really can't stand bad people. Okay. Anybody who celebrates in others' harm, you should celebrate in their harm. And that's something to know, right? So, that being said, they also have to control you with religion, okay? Right? So they're going to control what you believe in, so that way you don't tap into the God's design, which is basically praying to your spirituality, which you realize that the gifts are already inside you. They try and trick you there too, right? So have everything you need. So that's why they're trying to stop you from figuring it out. Okay? They're trying to stop you from figuring out what's going on. Because that's why, okay? So they basically got to put these anchors on you, okay? You got to put all these labels on you. You're black, you're dumb, your big black cock is the only thing you have. I don't know, like just whatever the fuck these people be saying, like whatever, right? Okay, now that you got through being a kid, all right, you gotta laugh because this shit is a beast, okay? All right, okay, all right, yeah, Asher, yeah, okay. Now that I got through being a kid. Because God, dang, okay, dang, this shit is a beast, all right? You got to know what the fuck is going on here. If you don't know, then it's a wrap. You're dead. And you can't be playing around. You can't be playing around, okay? You can, you be fake nice around people. Oh, hey, ha. You go right back to business. Hey, I'm right back on it, okay? All right, let me bring up the board again. All right, so that's when you're being a kid, okay? Now all this stuff is happening to you and you don't even know it. So this is why your parents are going to be telling you certain things that aren't real, that basically they're going to be, oh, well, the government, they can't take care of us, they hate us or whatever. Yeah, okay, you got to figure out what's real and what's not real. If you can somehow see this video, hopefully you can clear a lot of this shit up. Now that you're a kid, guess where you got to go? You got to go to school, which is what? A trap. Okay, it's a trap too. Why? You got everything you need as a kid, right? Right now I'm teaching my baby. She's around 2 years old. She's going to be 2 years old next month. She knows 1 through 10. She knows her ABCs. I mean, it ain't perfect, but she's like 2 and she's talking ABC. 1, 2, 3, she might be like F instead of F. It's like, pfft. I'm like, that's good enough, right? Okay, I'm not going to beat her up. I'm not going to make her feel bad, right? I'm not going to bully her. None of this stuff is going to happen. Why? Because she's under my care. I know how to nurture a child because I know what I needed as a child. If you look inward, the answers are all there, right? But guess what? Well, how's she going to learn how to read? We're doing it right now. We're doing something called sight words. Basically, just have the words there, right? The, H, cat. So that's it. Okay, now what? That's it. She can basically say, I'm hungry. I want some food. Those are the basic shits. That's it. That's it. What else is there? Okay, now you got some basic reading and then basic math. Everything else you learn is basically just to fuck with you. Okay? It took me a long time to figure out this stuff, but everything else is just made to fuck with you. That's it. Everything, you got to learn algebra. Like, no, I don't. Do I plan on building something with algebra? No. Well, then, basic math. Add, plus, divide. That's it. Well, you don't. What about Jimmy Neutron's, what about E equals MC squared? Do you plan on being a scientist? No. Well, then, put that shit down, bro. Put it down. Get in the fucking game. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to do some plumbing. Okay, pick up that fucking plumbing book. And did it tell you that you need to learn that? No. Well, then, that's it. Stay on game. Stay on the game. Okay? Right? Then when you're a kid, guess what? You got games. You're going to have influence, friends, okay? Which I think we all have. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to have other people with their parents influencing the kids too, okay? Now remember, they may or may not know what's going on either. So everybody don't know what the fuck is going on. It's a collective of people not knowing what's going on. Why? Because of all this shit, right? All the stuff I wrote down here, okay? Now, these people are going to be telling you what to think, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. This is the problem. You get it? You gotta have direct influence over your kids. The moment they get other influence, now they're like, okay, well, you don't know mom, you don't get it, whatever. You're not listening to Lil Boochie's Butthole or something, or whatever it is, right? Some gay rap, okay? All right? You can be gay all you want. You don't got to tell nobody you gay. Nobody cares if you're gay or not. Just go have gay sex behind closed doors. Nobody cares, okay? But the problem is, it's an identity. You're gay because that's what it means to be a black person, right? You must have something gay in every movie. Yes, in every Tyler Perry movie and yes, it was always like sex and big cocks for the black community. Yes, that was like they trying to just brainwash you the whole time. You get it? Okay. These motherfuckers, man. That's why you just gotta laugh at some point. You're like, y'all doing all this? Like, it's a lot. Okay, so remember all the stuff I talked about, influence, whatever. Now, also, there's going to be like characters that come in here too. Okay, characters. Who are the characters? You got rappers, you got fake friends, you got fake family members. Some of these people are working with who? The same guys I was talking about here, okay? The government or the agent guys or whoever it is, they want to come fuck with you, so they make sure that they sabotage you while you're young. They figure out if you're too smart, we got to fuck with them. They're gonna keep fucking with you. You think it's like a random jumping or a random bully? No, somebody did this on purpose to make sure that you like something happened or something. You get it? Like, you got to know that you got to be aware of this stuff, okay? So you got these characters here. Could be a teacher, could be anybody. You don't know. So you got to be like, all right, I'm just going to do what I got to do and make you go to school, you go home. Go to school, you go home. If you got some friends, there's nothing wrong with having a friend, but y'all got to be on the same The same path. Okay? The A to B path. I'm getting out of here. I'm starting a business and I'm getting this money. That's it. Well, what do you do? I go home. Well, I know, but don't you want to? No. Nope. Okay? Now you can have some games. Nothing wrong with having some games. Okay, nothing wrong with that. You can have some games in there. But the game of the game is that you do this while you're a kid and in school. But you don't want to focus on games too much because people make these games to fuck with you again. Okay? That they do that because they want your attention span. Your attention span bad. Okay? They want it like slow. That's why they try to do the TikToks and all the other shit. They want you on TikTok all day. They want to fuck with you all day. They want to tell you that the government hates you and that white people are evil and a bunch of other stuff, okay? None of this shit matters. If you ignore tricks, you're going to be fine. but you need to know that it's a trick, okay? Them talking about how they're going to change, we're going to change it, the law, where Jim Crow's just made a recovery. It's like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Nobody wants to go to a store like that anyway. If they have a colored areas only, just stop going there. Stop spending dollars there. Stop. So the whole idea, people not thinking, man. That's why I don't really talk about this shit no more, because it's exhausting. It's better just to be like, hey, here's how you make money, okay? Listen, if somebody doesn't want you at their store, stop shopping there. If somebody knows that you shop at the place and then they mess up the food and they fuck up the food and recipe on purpose, or they put drugs in the food or something, stop shopping there. Fuck them. Tell everybody that's it. It's over. Never go back again. But everybody does. Oh well, I'll forgive them, and because we're forgiving people, we're nice people. But you can't be nice. Can't be nice in this shit. Okay, it's real. Okay, this is the real thing. You could end up in jail or dead or something. Okay, people will be fake nice to you. Okay, they're fake nice. They're nice to me right now. Just because you're nice right now don't mean you might be nice later. You got to think like that, okay? All right, now, you're going to have one of these girls trying to sleep with you. Going to try to have you a kid, okay? They're going to try to have you a kid. They're going to be trying to get abortions. All this stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't have a kid. Don't be having sex. Just get through school. That's all you got to do. Get through school. Start having sex maybe after you're 18. It's okay. You're not going to be a loser, okay? It's okay. Just get through this thing. And study your ass off while you're in school, if you have to go to school. But what do you study? Something that's going to be in business. You don't study business, but you study like a craft, right? Plumbing, marketing, business, like just whatever. You get it? Like business stuff, okay? Why? So when you get out of school, when you're 18, you can jump right into a business. You know what's going on, right? The reason why most people fail is because they're going to places like McDonald's or they're going to Wendy's, and they don't understand the play. The play is not to stay at Wendy's forever. It's cool. You stay at your Wendy's job. You be nice. Of course, you're going to have the worst people showing up there, the dumbest, ghettoest people alive, of course, right? Okay, why? They got brainwashed. The government's literally making them retarded. So it's like, what can you expect? Can you really expect something different? Okay, so you got to be like, all right, it's just, they got them. That's it. And you just, you fucking dummy, whatever. They're doing crazy. Just, they got you. That's it. Now, you don't got to say nothing. Just mind your business. Oh, they got you. Not tricking me. Nope. You get it? They're not tricking you. Come on, you're supposed to get mad with me. Yeah, right? Don't do it. So you get your money, you save a couple $1,000s, then you start basically investing in yourself, which we'll talk about in a second, okay? But the name of the game is just to get through this part. If you can get through this part, half of the battle's already done. Half of the battle's done, okay? That's half of the battle, is just getting through school, and that's it. Getting through the school trap, okay? But here's what you want to learn about: how to cook, right? So your food. You want to learn about the stuff I'm talking about right now, which is water. So if you're having kids, tell them about this stuff. You gotta learn about the water, all the fuck shit, right? What else we got here? There's other stuff like the TV shows too. All the TV shows have like imagery and stuff to make you comfortable with what's going on. I told you about like Tyler Perry and his gay shows. I still watch Beauty and Black. I liked it, but I'm like aware, so I'm like, okay, I know it's like, here we go with the gay scene. Here we go with the gay. So that I can say that. You know what I'm saying? I can be like, okay, at least I know what's happening. When you're a kid, you're like, okay, this is like normal or something, or because there's always a gay scene. That's the point. There's always a gay person in the black movies now on purpose, right? It wasn't like that before. It's like that now. Okay. Okay, right. You're gonna have YouTube. You're gonna have people online telling you all kinds of stuff. There was a big thing. What was it? I forget. It was like this guy named Scarface Mark. He was doing it. He was like, some of the baby mom, some of the run around. Use a baby mom. I don't remember the song, but basically there was like this thing making fun of black women and how they're baby moms. Don't do that. Okay? You don't have to talk to anybody that has a kid. Like if you yeah. So look, when you're a kid, also when you're at these ages, you're also going to have like adults basically try to pervert you as well. Okay? It could be regular people. It could be agents. Who knows, right? But the point is that they're going to try to turn you out. Okay? They're going to try to treat you. Don't fall for that either. Don't fall for that either. Okay? They're going to come here with them women. They're going to be like 26, 27, maybe 30 sometimes, putting that ass on you. Guys trying to get these girls in grade school, in high school or whatever. So they're going to be trying to turn these kids out. By the time they got you, they're injecting you, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay? They're injecting you with ideas and thoughts that really you don't really need to be successful. Okay? Because this whole thing is just getting through this thing so you can just wrap your mind around what's happening. Then you'll be okay the rest of the ride because you'll know how to think. But you can't know how to think if somebody's deliberately sabotaging you the entire time. That's the point. That's like the point of this video, is to just not fall for the tricks. Okay. Right. These characters magically disappear, of course, when, when you're fine, whatever, but you're young. This is a big titty woman at the school. You ever notice how all the school women at the school teachers, at least online, they all got a big behind, why are they dressing like that at school? Why are they putting that online? They're trying to probably F the kids. Like, you got to just know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, it's a wrap. Okay. Also, you need to go right home. Basically, you can get kidnapped as a kid and then put to child sex trafficking. That's this thing too. Okay. You got to just stay on your ball. So you got to be on your kids, watch your kids. You got to stay on the game. If you're not on game, it's over. You get it? So you got to just stay on top of things. Stop letting your guard down. Keep them close. Figure out what's happening. The whole game is to make sure that your parents aren't there. So that's why they keep everybody at school. Keep the parents busy so that way they can come get you, right? Because they want you while you're young, so that way while you're impressionable. Once you're older, it's like, oh, he's like 18. We can probably still get you up until you're 30. If you can make it past this, if you can get past 30, the rest of it is cake. Okay, the rest of it is cake because you've seen it all. You get it. You've seen it all. You've seen enough. Okay, so you just got to mind your business. Okay, but from 18 to around like 20, 27 or so, something like this, they're going to try to basically throw you in jail. Okay, for slavery, just slavery purposes. It's all the same. But at least here you have more control. Okay, something they also did was they made homelessness. Guess what? Homelessness, what? Illegal. They made it illegal to be homeless. What the fuck? They made it illegal to be homeless. Why? So they can put you in jail. Duh. Okay? Not just black people, other people too, but primarily black people. Okay? Now, all the stuff that they do to black people, they end up doing it to everybody else, but they start in the black community first to see if it's going to work. Okay? Now, that's something to know too. Okay? So they did it was like AIDS fog or something. They put like fog in the air in the ghetto or something like that, and they gave everybody like some kind of weird AIDS or something. So basically, there's a reason why Atlanta has like the most HIV. They have the most HIV, or Texas has the most HIV in the black community. There's a reason why the black women have the most whatever. They're fucking with you. You get it? They're just fucking with you as much as possible, and you think it's you. And it's not. It's not you. Somebody deliberately fucking with you the entire time. Oh, this is an issue that's more likely to happen with black women. Yeah. What is it? Oh, high blood pressure as always black women. Take these drugs. No. Start eating right. Eat right. Eat the foods that is designed for your body. Eat the fruit. Eat the vegetables that God gave you. Don't do this other stuff. If you do this other stuff, you're fucked. I'm telling you. Start doing this other stuff, okay? All right. Now, okay. You somehow make it to 18 and you graduate your school. Great, right? You got maybe one or two cool people that you align with. The rest of the stuff is that people are going to keep trying to sabotage you because you don't know what's going on. You need to understand that people are going to be jealous of you, okay? All right. Okay. Now you're playing the real game. Okay. Because if you can get out of this, you'll be okay. If you somehow get out of that, now you're playing the real game. Okay. And it's always going to be you versus the devil. Okay. Whoever this shows up as, it could be anybody, but it's literally the devil. It's literally the devil. Okay. It could be white, Asian, black person. Don't matter. Whatever. It don't really matter. The person is that they got this evil energy here that's constantly trying to get you. Okay. And the only way it's going to get you is if you fall for the tricks. Don't fall for the tricks. Right. That's why I talk about alignment and knowing yourself. Knowing yourself. Know who you are. Know what's happening. Know why it's happening. Know the reasons why it's happening. Know where you want to go in your life. So that way anybody that wants to talk to you, they have to actually come inside your box and behave inside this box. If they don't behave inside this box, what do? You get rid of them. They're going to call you all kinds of names. They're going to say you're a jealous asshole. You're a jerk. You are a monster. You're a prick. You're a womanizer. You're whatever. Hey, this is just how I do things. And if you do not want to do things like this, then it's not for you, right? Because you graduated basic stuff. Now you're coming into godhood, right? Now, what is that? Nobody can enter your space without you letting them at that point. Because why? You have full control now, right? The point is for you not to have control over yourself. People hate that. People hate when you have control over yourself because they can't get nothing from you for free. The name of the game is that they want to abuse you. They don't want to give you something and then they get something. They don't want to do an exchange. They want to abuse you. They want to abuse your sex. They want to abuse your time. They want to abuse your kindness. They want to abuse your family, like whatever it is, they want to abuse it. Okay, they want to take advantage of it. They want to take advantage of you as much as possible. Okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do an exchange, but they don't. They want to take and don't give. Which means this is why you have to be in alignment with who you are, and you have to go down this spiritual path as well. So not only do you have to do this, you still got to do this spiritual stuff as well. So you think that it's just about making money and it's over? No, you still have to do this spiritual shit. The shit I'm doing for you right now. You have to do this for your spirit. You have to be educating others too. You have to be doing that, right? And not the wrong people, because there's some people, like I talked about at the McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever. You're gonna have some of the worst people alive. They're not ready. When they're ready, they'll show up. When people are ready, they're gonna show up. Okay, when the person who's ready to watch this, I asked for some energy at the beginning of this video. If you gave it to me, you're ready. If you didn't give it to me, you're not ready, and you're gonna get tricked because you're not ready to understand the game. The game is to give and get. That's the game, but you can't get that unless you understand the game. You understand? The name of the game is that when you're a person in poverty or whatever, you think that if you give something, you're gonna lose something. But that's just how it is, because it's designed that way on purpose to keep you suffering. Okay, Now you basically have to operate within, I call it God's design, or in alignment with who you are. Okay, I'll tell you about who I am just for a little bit. I can be a very controlling person. I don't care. Well, I can't just do whatever I want around you. No, you can't. I'm just going to leave. I don't want to be around people who are going to do whatever. I want to be around people who are going to do what I kind of expect for them to do. If they don't do what I'm expecting to do, I'm going to leave, or they can leave. That's why I have a business. I have more control. I control who I talk to, who I work with, and who I don't work with. If they're not a good fit, I'm not talking to them. If they don't have money or they don't have something to show that they can put forward in exchange, I'm not talking to them. That's the thing that people lack. They lack boundaries. You understand? So this is where you start to get all the issues where people are dating the wrong people. Example right now, a topic right now is Megan Thee Stallion and how the guy cheated on her. She basically parades herself around on the internet as a hoe, and she wants somebody to be loyal to her. But she doesn't understand that, hey, this number one is a basketball player, is probably having sex like nonstop or whatever, like all day, right? Two, it's fake. Okay, a lot of these things are scripted and storylined. Okay, so if you don't know this, a lot of celebrities, they make you think that what they're going through is like real. It's not real. You have to know that. Okay, number three is that why would somebody want to take somebody who is promiscuous serious? You don't, because it's embarrassing. Okay, it's embarrassing. It's weird. Like, why do you want to do that for? Just go be with some regular ass person. Be with a person who's good for you. Don't be with a person who looks popular. Okay, and that's the other part. Okay, is that, remember, these people that are aligning with the devil energy, they always have to look outwards for approval. You get it? That's the difference between the devil and God. God is just God. You just God. You mind your own business, right? I'm God. I'm just am. That's it. I'm good. I don't need nothing. I'm just God. What I need. I eat my food. I mind my business. If you're operating in a devil energy, you're trying to get approval from others. So you're always looking to look the nicest. You're always looking to be the most special. You're always looking to be the star, right? And by doing this, you're attracting all these other things into your life that are whatever. Because why? It's like brute force marketing. Okay? It's like, okay, I'm just going to get anybody in the door. Anybody can come in. Anybody can do whatever, right? Or guess what? You're in alignment. You know exactly what you want. Only the right people can come in and participate. And if they're not the right person, they leave. Well, that sounds boring. That's how it's supposed to be. Life is supposed to be boring. You're supposed to wake up, kiss your family if you want one, eat, work out, go bring other people into alignment, meaning help them come to who they're supposed to be under God's design, and that's it. That's the game. That's the game. But the more you think is, oh, I got to go have me a Lambo and I got to have me more sex, they got you, because now you're playing something else. You're not playing in God's design. You're playing in something else. Oh, I'm going to eat McDonald's burgers every day. They got known babies in there, or whatever they got. They kidnap kids and they kill the kids and then they put them in the McDonald's. That's what I heard. Do I know it? No, but what the fuck am I going to go to McDonald's if I heard that shit like over 50 times from people? Why do I want to go there? I'm not going there. I don't care if it's fake or not. I'm not going there. If I heard it one time, that's good enough for me. I'm good. Okay? I trust black food. Why? Because I know black people are very particular with how to eat. Okay? I grew up black. Grew up on my black side of my family. Okay? It's the same shit, but it's different because I guess whatever the word is, there's so much shit out here. If you're growing up in a Latino environment, you don't really think about this stuff because you're operating under the compliant slave category. Okay, that's like the best way I can say. You're under the compliant slave. You're not full slave. You're compliant slave. Oh, okay, yeah, everything's fine. White people are okay. Asians okay. Everybody's fine. Everybody loves each other. Dance. Everybody's having fun. So you're not really thinking about race. Why? Because you're mixed. You're not really thinking about this shit. You're just living your life, right? But you're a black person. You actually have to know that. Okay, everybody's trying to fuck with me. Even Hispanic people. Oh, well, look at Joe. He's not Dominican or whatever. He's not black. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. But you got these weirdos out here. No, I know black or whatever. I'm whatever. They just compliant slave. You get it? Compliant. They're compliant. Why? Because they don't want to be associated with the thing, so that way they don't get fucked up with you. Okay? Once people are like, you're black? Yeah, what? No, I can be a asshole to you too. It's like, oh, you get it? So you don't want to lose the benefits, right? So you got to understand what's going on. Okay? Whether they know it or not. Survival strategy, okay? I don't really give a fuck, right? There was a time I wanted to be a white person at one point when I was a kid. And I was like, actually, no, I'm good. Right? And and if you don't have that thought, you kind be kind of weird to not have that thought as a child. You'd be like, I mean, shit, they got everything. Looks like they're winning. I mean, whatever. I thought I wanted to be Asian at one point. I was like, okay, I like Japanese stuff. That's cool too. Until you know your own shit. Then you know your own shit. You're like, oh, this is like great. Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Oh, okay. What do I eat? I eat rice and beans. What are you supposed to eat as a black person? Rice and beans. They go, oh no, you got to eat soul food. What's soul food? Rice and beans. No, that's Jamaican. No, it's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit. Rice and beans. Soul food. Rice, beans, ribs. Rice, beans, mashed potatoes. Rice, beans, collard greens. It's just the same shit. Rice and beans. Okay? It's all the same. The moment you can get past that, oh, okay. This is great. I'll just eat the healthiest versions of my regular food, and then you're getting through this shit. The name of the game, oh, well, you got to eat McDonald's. That's what y'all eat, right? This shit, right? McDonald's, Chinese food. Got to eat Chinese food. That's delicious. Oh, man, I love the Chinese store. Make your own shit. They just giving you rice. They just not even giving you beans at the Chinese store. Get the beans. Get the beans, man. Get the chickpeas. Come on, man. All right, so... All right. Okay, here we go. All right, let's finish up. All right. So, you got to understand this stuff, and you're going to have to understand that other people operate under a hierarchy, okay? They operate like this. Who's the boss? And then everybody else kind of follows suit, okay? And the black community is not like that. It's everybody's like in it together. Even though there are still leaders, everybody still kind of like plays this game where we're all in it together. Okay? People are trying to get you to do this. They're trying to get you to do that. But black people aren't like that. Naturally just kind, nice people. Okay? Whether people believe that or not is real. Okay? Just a kind, nice, giving people. How else can you be tortured, eaten, your baby's eaten, people's raping you, doing everything to you, and you're still like, oh, well, you know, there's like nice guys, you forgive them or whatever. They literally they're killing people all the time. Other cultures are killing them, eating them, doing weird shit. And you're just like, yeah, well, that's like, they're weird, man. I don't fucking know. How else are you going to still be that way? If you're not a kind person. Got people fucking online every day. The black community needs to fix this. You still doing this shit? Like, they've been doing this shit since I was a kid, man. The black community needs to get their shit together. Man, shut the fuck up. Especially if it's a black guy doing that shit. Oh, the black community did it today. Man, shut the fuck up, man. That's why I said. That's why don't even pay attention to this shit. Don't pay attention to that. You just stay on the path. Get your bread, right? Get your money. Okay. Now you're gonna have different kinds of black people. Okay, because most people are not used to it. You're gonna have your spiritual leaders. Okay. Because now you're playing the real game. You actually got a chance to get out the game. You got your spiritual leaders. You got your business guys. Got your business blacks. Okay. You're gonna really want to connect with these guys. Okay. These guys are the same. But if you do the spiritual thing too long, you're gonna have money issues. So you're gonna have to do this. You got to do the business thing. Okay. You're gonna need a skill set. Okay. You're gonna have your skilled blacks. Okay. These are plumbing blacks, roofing blacks. All the stuff. You're going to need this too. You're going to need the skilling. You're going to need your skills. You're also going to need family training. If you don't have it, you're going to need family leaders, okay? Somebody who's married, who's telling you how to do this as a real man and not as a fruit cut man, Okay, there's a difference. Okay, okay. There's guys who basically, like most of the guys who are having kids, the people who have a lot of kids, they most of the time they don't really know what they're doing. You don't really need to have a lot of kids, but if you want to, that's fine. But most of the people, I'm just giving an example. Most people who do have a lot of kids, they're just doing it to like enslave the other person, right? So what you'll have is you'll have a woman who doesn't have a father. What she'll be doing is seeking a father in others, and she'll basically find like there'll be like this dude who's perfect, right? Like you just upgrading your life. Like I'm upgrading my life. Like I'm pretty good. A lot of women don't like me. I'm intimidating. That I hear like they'll fuck the shit out of me, that kind of thing, right? But they don't, they're like, okay, well, it's scary. Think about all the shit I just told you on this video. How many people are gonna be like, damn, I want to be with this guy? They don't want to be with that. They want to be with a guy who's like, what? I want to go drink. I want to go what? You know what I'm saying? They want to drink some Bacardi or something. I don't know, man. They want to do that. People don't like real men. They don't like men. Okay. Especially black ones, right? Okay, you gotta understand that. That's cool. You gotta know the game, right? You can be handsome. You can have all this stuff going on. It don't mean nothing, and that's okay, right? I don't need everybody to like me. What I need is the right person to like me, right? And I have a good partner right now. Everything's fine. Working together, things behind the business. I have to educate her. Hey, well, look, here's what the fuck is going on, okay? Can you accept this? Can you accept that all this shit is going on? Yeah, okay, then chill, right? Right? That's what you have to do as a leader, right? But most people don't get that. They don't get the business skills. They're missing the leadership. They're missing the spirituality. They're missing all these things that are going to get you to where you're trying to go. Most of the women, they are concerned about joining society and integrating. That's the problem. Okay, big problem with that. If you're a guy, and right now the guys are basically turning into the women, and they're trying to integrate. Okay, that's because that's an agenda that's going on, and you're hearing a lot of stories about how black men are harming black women. That's not real. That's like, it may be something happening, but it's like it happens in every community. But in particular, black women are over exaggerate like a lot of stuff. Okay, even though it's still serious what's going on, but it's not like, come on, no. Like they be talking about one thing happened, and all of a sudden it's the whole black men. It's all black guys. No, most guys just don't really want to deal with women anyway. Most, especially black men, they don't want to deal with women like that. You do it because it's like, okay, all right, it's time. Somebody can get me, right? That's it. That's what's really going on most of the time. If you actually grew up as a millennial, because you grew up knowing that you were lied to about women and all this other stuff. You were lied basically to, right? Or people, or about life, right? All right, so if you understand this, you're going to have to basically link up with these guys, and you're going to have to probably meet all of these people to basically go through your full development. I've done this many, many, many times over. I still meet with business leaders. I still meet with skilling, family, whatever. At some point, it's going to be okay partnering with other cultures, okay? It's going to be okay, but you still have to remember that they have a different view on reality, okay? But at a certain point, you need to be like teamed up with your own. You got to. That's just how it goes. But at some point, you may want to partner, okay? And if you want to partner, that's a different culture or whatever. That's fine. But remember, they only know what they see on TV. They don't know like the real thing, okay? So you got to know all this stuff and just not say shit, okay? That's like a real thing. You got to know all this stuff and not say shit, right? The only reason I'm even saying something is because I made the promise to God. That's the only reason that's the only reason I'm saying shit. Because I was like, man, I can just get all this money and mind my business finally. I said I'm gonna do the right thing when I was a kid and I was 22. Okay, almost off myself multiple times. I'll tell you about all this stuff. Basically, all this stuff just about almost happened to me. And it probably almost happened to you. Okay? You just got to know this stuff, okay? So that's why you got to partner up with the right person, okay? Now, there is this lady online talking about how these women are going overseas and how they are meeting black men, and then the black men look like they're annoyed at them overseas. Don't pay attention to this shit, okay? Anybody you see online that's saying anything negative about black people ever, don't pay attention to them. Don't pay attention. They're lying, or something's wrong with them. All the shit you got to go through, and you got these weirdos online trying to make fun of this shit or basically make it a joke. Like how much of a weirdo you got to be to talk about this shit every day. Black women are doing this today. White women are exited. The black celebrities, the black basketball players, they don't want black women. Okay, this is women shit. This is women stuff, okay? Stop. It's gay, all right? Stop. Don't pay attention to that stuff, okay? Don't. They try to tell you you're homophobic, and no, you're not. You just don't want to be around nothing gay. It's not wrong with that. You get it. The whole point is to keep tricking you out of thinking that something's not right. Like, hey, look, I don't want to watch this, man. No, 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 no. You need to watch it because you're a sexist pig. Ah, it's like, here we go. Here we go. Right? Okay? Right? Myron Gaines, another character, constantly calling people N-words and monkeys and watermelon eaters and all this other stuff, right? That's what kind of culture is that? That's devil energy. Okay, this is putting people down. What kind of people need to put people down? It's primarily done in white man culture, right? Patriarchy, kind of weird, whatever the fuck they got going on over there, right? With that, okay, that's what that is. That's what that is. That's what that mainstream culture is. You know, oh yeah, I had a woman over. She was cooking my dinner. She was cooking my stuff. Yeah, dumb slut. You know, like stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing? She made you dinner, bro. Like, what the fuck? Just be thankful. Give her a kiss on the smack on the ass, bro. Chill. What do you? She's, yeah, I own her. It's like, oh boy, here we go. This shit. That's what they trying to do. Like, they trying to do that to black people, trying to make it seem like that's how it is. No, you're supposed to love your woman. She's doing this because she care about you. You feel me? Like, she cares about you. That's why she's cooking for you. Like, what the fuck? She's making this because she cares about me. No, she's doing it because I told her to. Like, what the fuck is going on out here? You understand? Just pay attention to the tricks. Okay? Myron says, hey, I'm black, and, you know, I went through this. They say I'm not black. You're not. He's from Sudan. His parents are from Sudan. They don't have the black experience. I grew up black. You didn't. Sorry. Okay? Unless you're going through the hood, and you don't say shit. You just keep your mouth shut all the time, and you just don't. You grew up doing this. All right, I want to hear shit, okay? Unless you grew up doing this to stay alive. It's grade school or whatever, high school. Just got to be fake tough. Okay, that's from the hood, man. If you don't do that, you're like, okay, they might think I'm like soft because I smiled. Wait a minute. Okay, I want to hear shit. And it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with being gay or nothing like this, okay? Nothing wrong with this stuff. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your life. You have to be who you want to be. The issue is that everybody's trying to put you into this box. You have to know that, right? And it's not your job to share that with everybody. You just have to just know and be like, okay, here's what's happening. Let me just mind my business and just shut up, okay? Once you leave, you're fine. Once you got a job, you're fine. But you can't be like, oh, I'm safe. Everything's fine. Like, you just got to be like, okay, I still have to like do these things until I get to the next level, okay? Which is moving to the suburbs. Okay, that's what I did. I moved to the suburbs, and I made it out. I'm like, okay, this is how it is. I'm like, okay, there's no cops chasing me. That's weird. But cops never chased me. But this the stuff you see on TV. You start to be conditioned to think that these things are going to happen to you, and they're not. You're really fine the entire time, but it's like all these things that are happening. You don't really know if they're happening or not. This person weird. And you finally get there. You're like, okay, nothing's happening. Okay, great. But does it really mean nothing's happening, or are they watching you through your cook? You know, it's like, oh, you know, all right. You gotta do this. I used to be like this all the time. It's high school. To be like that in high school. You know, everybody's getting high. I'm like, all right, let me just be fake high so I'm not the target here. Ooh. Let me be fake high. Oh, what's up? Whatever, right? Being fake high to survive out here, man. It shit don't matter. But it's like, when you don't get high or something, like, nah, like now people are paying attention to you. It's like, oh shit. Here we go, right? All right. Okay. That's why I used to joke around with my brother about, like, were you fake high today at school? He's like, what? I was like, I'll tell the story and then I'll close it out. Then I'll finish the video. My little brother, I tried to help him a lot. He got. They got him. He's doing tattoos. Nothing wrong with this stuff, but it's like, you got to understand that it's like people pleasing. Okay, you can't really be a people pleaser. You have to like take control. You have to be this new character now, right? And I'm trying to tell. I was like, what are you like fake high today at school? He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, you know, I used to do that too. I was in school. I used to be fake high so I could be left alone. He was like, what is that? He's like, what do you mean? And then he goes to school, comes home the next day, and he's like, how did you know that? I'm like, because that's what kids do to blend in and survive, right? You start to do the things that I was like, I know you don't smoke. Now he does, right? But I know you don't smoke weed, so you have to see it because there's somebody there doing it. The point is that after a while, you start to be able to predict behavior because it's like, okay, every kid is just trying to get through the same thing, but they don't really know what's going on either. So they're going to do what? They're going to try to fit in. Fake high, you're fake cool, you want to fake fight. It's all fake to look like you're cool, right? But you're really just trying to get through the day, right? But it's funny. He just started laughing. So we start doing it. Oh, what's up, man? Oh, what's up, boy? Hey, doing the stuff, right? I actually stopped. I don't know. I just stopped, right? Because I was like, this is stupid, and I was fine. But I remember this girl one time. She was like, what she said to me. She's like, why do you always look mad? What do you mean? Black experience is a beast. That's why when you make it past, that's why I said, when you make it past around 18 to 25, you're basically going to be like bulletproof. But you got to like get through all this like bullshit. Okay. And here's the thing. Nobody else has to deal with this stuff. Okay. They just go through school. They might get bullied or get a swirly here and there, but they just go back on their regular lives and they just go to work and mind their business. Okay. And they're basically cucks the entire time. Okay. Now it's not everybody, but it's a lot of them. Okay. All you gotta do is look at the interactions with people. Okay. If you somehow got through this and you're over the age of 30 or you're over the age of 25 and you're a black person, you should basically not be afraid to die at this point. If you're afraid to die, you're still a pussy at this point. Okay. You got everybody trying to kill you and you're still afraid. You made it already. That's why it was a big deal. Like, I made it to 30. What the fuck? I could have been dead. I could have been. You did it. Congratulations. Congratulations, right? You made it. Don't be fucking scared. Okay? Live, right? Live and know that there's weirdos out here. And spread the message of, oh, here's how you handle these. Here's how you handle a weirdo. Right? If it's somebody being racist to you, walk away. Who cares? Well, you're an N-word. You trying to provoke. It's a trick. You get it. It's just a trick to bait you. All you gotta really do is laugh at him. Like, you're a fucking weirdo. Look at him. Look at this weirdo here. Look at X, Y, Z. I know there's this guy, Chud the Builder. He goes around baiting people. Why even interact with this character? Why interact with him? He's a weirdo. He's a loser. You know what I'm saying? He's a loser. He's a loser. Why interact with him? Why even try to have a dialogue with? Oh, you get it. You're cool, right? You're cool. Fake trust. Trying to build fake trust. You get it, man. It's for my freedom of speech. It's also my freedom of speech to call you a fucking loser, you weirdo. Whoa, that's fucked up, man. I'll pepper spray you. You get it? The whole game is to try to bait you so that way he can then do something to you. Just don't care. Yeah, this guy's everybody look at this weirdo. Look at this racist weirdo here. Everybody look at him. Look at him. Look, see his face. The devil hates being exposed. Okay? The devil hates being exposed. You don't have to do that. You can just walk away. But either way, judgment's going to happen. All you gotta do is record it. Hey, look, record. Oh, you recording me? I'm recording you now. Just be silly, because it don't really matter. These people, they're weirdos. You understand? That's why they be trying to be so serious. That's why you talking back to me, boy? You doing this to me, boy? Or whatever it is. Like, yeah, come on, it's gay, man. They're gay, basically. They're gay, okay? But you got to know that. Okay? You got to understand that culture is like gay. Okay, it's all about who's more superior, who's more dominant, who's more whatever. That's why they have to break you. Get it? They have to break you because they got to feel dominant. If you're a black person, you just really want to be left alone, but to them, they have to dominate you in order to have any self-worth. So if you have a way to make them feel stupid or dominate them, then they're at the bottom. You get it? Now they're basically gay. If you pull your penis out, basically they'll bend over and they'll let you stick it in. I'm not even joking about that. I've never done that, but that's like what will happen, because that's the dynamic happening there. I hope this makes sense. Okay, you have to understand other people's culture. It's about who's more dominant, who's more strong. You can just look at like a lot of the administration. It's about looking cool. Who's more like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, it's basically feminine. That's what I mean by saying it's gay, right? And the whole idea is that I'm stronger than you, so I'm better than you. But if you don't participate in any of this stuff, you're better than everybody because you don't participate. You're like, yeah, I just don't participate in this, right? I don't really do this. If they're still being weird, it's like, look, you might have to fight. You might have to punch somebody or whatever to defend yourself, but you just do it, right? Like, you don't really have to like do the thing. You don't got bitch ass man, fuck you up. You don't have to do all that. Okay, you don't got to do all that. You can, but you don't have to, right? You can just be like, okay, like, you're a weirdo. You get the fuck out of here, you fucking weirdo, and then move on. You know what I'm saying here? I got my client. Okay, give me a second. All right, I gotta meet with the client. So yeah, survival skills, yeah. Okay, so really quick, let me try to finish this up real quick, because I gotta help this dude, and I gotta drop off some stuff, right? So basically, once you get here, you're pretty much bulletproof, but you need to have these other skills to make it through. Okay, right? You'll be at a job, right? Which is normally what I talk about from the regular business training, but you'll be at the job and you can save up to 10K, say the 5 to 10K, and immediately go into business. Okay. Right. After this, you get a couple clients, save up around $500,000, pay off your house free and clear, and pay off your car free and clear, and buy your stuff. Do not fall for the luxury trap. Okay. Don't fall for it. This is the trap. Have a family, mind your business. That's all you got to do. Okay. You can still make more money if you want, but you buy your house with this 500K. You got your house free and clear. You got your car free and clear. Maybe you buy one for your wife or whatever. That's it. After that, all you got to do is just live. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. But they got to try to get you before that. You know what I'm saying here? They got to try to get you before you like figure out this stuff. And all this stuff you have to learn too. You have to learn through other people. You will learn it. And you will learn that people trying to sabotage you. If you're at a job, it's the same kind of attacks, but it's going to be more subtle. That as you start to grow in life, you're going to still receive attacks, but you have to be able to understand the attacks on different levels because they're going to get more sophisticated. The more poor you are, the more poor the sophisticated attacks are. The higher up you go, the less sophisticated the attacks are because they never went through hyper manipulative experience with the worst people of society, right? People that basically they don't really care about you. You're just a thing to them that they want to use. So if you're growing up in the hood, you're really going to have a tactical advantage, okay? If you can somehow survive it. If you can survive it, right? But the whole thing is that most people don't, okay? So I think that pretty much sums up a lot of this stuff. But remember, like this you have to understand this stuff. You have to understand that it's about operating in alignment with who you are and going through life. And a lot of guys, they basically felt bad growing up where women were not interested in them. So basically they were like, women didn't like me when I was growing up and I don't feel like I'm black enough or whatever it is. These are guys who basically don't have like other men. You know, they don't really understand that it's not really for everybody to like you. It's for the right person to like you. You understand? They're not really understanding. So then they go online, they talk about black women and all this other stuff because they don't really understand, right? And then you have people who basically are operating out of alignment and they're operating in devil energy, right? Which is basically fucking a bunch of people all the time, nonstop, which I was there. I was there too, just like every other kid, right? You're trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out how you got traumatized. I got this. Let me try to do this last part before I close out. All right. But I've made it on other videos, but I don't even know where the videos are now. I'm like made too many. All right. So basically the whole game in life is that this person who is bad and has a bad spirit, they're trying to hijack you because you don't know any better. You're naive. You're happy. You're minding your own business, whatever it is, right? They're trying to basically fuck up your shit. So that way they can insert their ideas into you and control you. So that way you can be a slave. Okay. Whether it's girls, whether it's guys or whatever, just a small example. When a woman likes you, right? You just think you're minding your business. You're not really sure about life. You're just a guy. Older women like you, younger women like you. They're going to find a way to position themselves around you. And they're going to try a way to make you feel nice. As they make you feel nice, they're going to bang your brains out and they're going to try to take you out of this box, right? That's the game. They take you out of this box so they can use you. But then after this, that's what's going to happen after they use you. They're going to want to discard you. Okay. Because they just want to use you. The point is that you have to be aware and be in control the entire time. Okay. So even in trauma, okay, I'm trying to finish this up real quick. In trauma, that's spelled wrong, right? In trauma, it's the same thing. Whenever you're, when the whole design, life design and God's design is all about you being your best version of yourself, right? So you're always going to be aiming towards this future version, whatever version this is, okay? If you're aiming towards this future version of yourself, if somebody corrupted you, right? Let's just say this is the path. If somebody corrupted you here, what's going to happen is it's going to take you like around here before you get back on path. Why? Because they corrupted you, right? So now instead of a box, it's like some kind of weird box, right? And now you're going to be seeking, your brain is going to be seeking to get back into alignment, but you're going to have to go through all these other issues and keep running into this character over and over and over until you get back on the line. Okay. Now, guess what happens again? If you run into another obstacle, they're going to take you off alignment again. Okay. So now your thing is getting weirder and you're going to be doing this again. Okay. Right. And you're going to keep running into characters on this path, right? On this path, you're going to keep running into characters until you get to the next version of yourself. And guess what happens next? You're going to run into another character, right? The whole game is to be testing you the whole time and trying to trick you, right? Until you finally You finally get into full alignment when you know who you are, you're an adult, and you're happy, and you're able to spread this message and understand what's fully going on, and then you can decide what's going to happen from that point forward. You're still going to run into obstacles, but you won't have these characters showing up. It might be like other characters. Okay? It'll be other characters that show up. Maybe it's women, maybe it's whatever. But the point is that it's all tricks. Okay? They're trying to trick you off this path of you becoming happy adult, aligning with God, and being happy, being a happy person. It's very simple. It's very easy. Point is to stay the line. Stay the line. Okay? And this is the point why women want to fuck the shit out of you and stuff like this. That's why they want to do it. They want to take your soul or whatever. They want to give you that crazy, blow job, whatever it is, right? The gawk gawk, whatever guys say, right? That's why she want to do that to you. She want to make it so good to the point where you're obsessed about her. You're thinking about her. Now you're bringing like, man, I just missed his head. I need some great head right now. And now next thing you know, you're just brainwashed all the time. You forget your path. You forget everything you're going down. Next thing you know, you have this other person that enters your life, and now they fuck up your shit. Now you got 2 kids with somebody that that's fucking with you. You get it because you're not in control. The point is to get you not in control. Okay, this whole game is to get you not in control so they can hijack you. Okay, you have to understand this is like how the devil works. Okay, devil has to use everything possible to kind of hijack you, and then make it seem like it's your fault, even though the motherfucker tempted the shit out of you. Who not gonna fall for it? It's hard. It's hard. Okay, so that's the video. I gotta take on this call, and after that I'm gonna go drop off these clothes. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you guys gave me a little bit of juice during the beginning of the video. That's what I asked for. That's the exchange here. And if you need help, just reach out. It does cost money, but the point is that like this is a lot. I still promise God I was gonna do this. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. But if you can just get past it. Right. Then there's marriage, right? I didn't talk about marriage, but that's why you just get a trust. You get a trust. You don't fall for nothing, right? Anything you're not in control of, don't fall for it. Okay. If you need help, then I can just reach out. Okay. But that being said, hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the next one. May not be this serious, but like I'm running out of like topics and stuff to talk about, but I just wanted to make this one in particular. That's pretty much 90% of the stuff you're going to go through. If you can just catch these things, whether it's at your job or in relationships or whatever, somebody trying to bait you out of your being in alignment, somebody trying to get you out of your zone, somebody trying to mess you up. If somebody's trying to mess you up, you have to get rid of them. That's the lesson. Get rid of them. Find out what you are, find out what happened, why it happened. And that's why people can talk to me. You can talk to me about this. Even though you have a business, this is why it's good to talk to somebody, because you're going to be going through these things while still trying to build a business, which is a lot. But really building a business is pretty simple. It's all the shit that people put in your head, right? All the stuff you got hijacked with. You need to be serious. You need to be hardworking. You need to be doing, like, no, you don't. Okay, you don't. You actually not. It's pretty simple to make lots of money, but you need to be able to understand what's really going on. It's a lot, but I wanted to give this to everybody. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this, Dion and Azure. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And remember, keep God in your hearts. Do the right thing. Stay in alignment. Right, connect to the Most High, and just stay there. Okay. See you.